and we only got one more movie review for you guys this week. And that is for the new Disney film, 2 Disney films in a row, The Naughty Nine. The Naughty Nine is all about 5th grader Andy, who finds himself without a present from Santa Claus on Christmas morning, realizing he must have landed on the naughty list and feeling unfairly. He feels that he has been unfairly treated by Santa Claus without getting a gift. So he gets a team together of 8 other naughty kids, and they say that they're going to go up to the North Pole and basically steal the gifts that they were not given. Let's just get this out of the way. Danny Glover is Santa Claus. That's not a flaw. He's Danny Glover. He is never a flaw in anything. It should be stated that he is not in the film very often. He's in the last, 10 minutes? Maybe probably 10 minutes. Yeah. I did not enjoy this film whatsoever. I enjoyed a couple elements, okay? Our lead, named Winslow. I've seen him in a couple of films, and he's very, very good. Very good young actor. I really enjoyed him in a Christmas film in 2021 called 8-Bit Christmas. That's a really good film. I enjoyed him in Lyle Crocodile. Surprisingly, I enjoyed that film. He was somewhat of a bully, but turns out to be a friend in Come Play. He was in Rough Night, and this is also his second Disney film. He was in Timothy Failure, which I was not a fan of that film as much as everybody else was. I mean, I thought it was fine, but this is definitely a lesser film than this one. The kids are so unlikable. You do nothing to redeem these kids from being on the naughty list. The way they do this of getting them off the naughty list, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I will say they do get off the naughty list is just a little bit unsatisfying because it seems like they get off completely scot-free. I will say that I do like that that the parents did worry about where they were, where the kids actually were, because in a lot of these films, it's mostly like, "Hey, we didn't even know you were gone," or it's like they freeze time or something. That happens a lot in these films where kids go off on an adventure and they just have no repercussions, and the parents are not very worried when they come home. They're like, "Hi. Oh, you're home? Nice." But the kids were very unlikable. The cinematography was nice, but just overall the story was very boring, a little drawn out. The acting was fine, but I just did not enjoy this film hardly at all. I wanted more from this film. I enjoyed dashing through the snow a lot more. But this is one that could have been a lot better. This could have been a lot more of a comedy, could have worked a lot more, but just a overall disappointing film for me. What did you think about The Naughty Nine?
Well, I didn't have high hopes going into it just because it did come on the Disney Channel before going to Disney Plus first. Mm-hmm. But I'll be honest, it took a lot in me to keep interested and invested in this movie. I don't think you needed 9 kids in this movie. I felt like at least 2 of them had very little to do. I mean, one was asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like they had too many pieces in this. Like you said, I think the resolution at the end was very underwhelming, not satisfying whatsoever. I didn't really find it to be a movie that many families or kids could sit down and watch and have fun with. I mean, maybe if, because there's, like you said, Santa's not in this that much. I mean, you go to the North Pole, but again, with this film, the elves don't really look like elves. And so, it felt like Christmas, but a Christmas movie. It felt like North Pole, but at the same time, it didn't. And, but I just felt like my biggest positives was I think the cinematography once they got to the North Pole looked fine. It looked nice. I thought I liked the way they did the North Pole. I thought the kids had good chemistry amongst themselves, and everything. But overall, the story just it didn't work for me. And they had set up such a interesting story between the main boy and his best friend.
Yeah,
the girl that was his best friend. And I don't think like they capitalized on that enough.
no,
You had something there that you could have capitalized on. You could have made it a more heartfelt moment there. And they try to give you that towards the end, but it doesn't work fully for me. And so, unfortunately, overall, I think I gave this one a 2. I give it a 2 out of 5, I think. Let me check here and see because I can't remember. It's definitely not one that I could recommend. That's for sure.
I do believe that you did give that one a 2.
Yeah,
okay.
2 out of 5 for this one. Which I mean, it's still saying a lot for a movie that I about couldn't. That I had to really try to push myself to get through. But
thankfully, it was only 82 minutes, so
yeah.
It's not like it was a long film. But
yeah,
I also went with a 2 out of 5 for this one. I'm very interested. I'm very interested to see what they do with their. I want to call it a short film called The Shepherd this upcoming week, and that's only going to be like 38 minutes. So I am looking forward to seeing what that actually is. I know very little about it, but there's our review.